What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all of you are having a great day so far. Um, okay. Today's episode of GH had a pretty good balance on it today. Today was a pretty good episode. I actually enjoyed it. Actually, I wasn't bored really with any scenes today. Um, Furthermore, let me get into who should I talk about first. Anyway, I just wing it. Um, Luke was sitting there at the table, whatever, like with an intense look on his face, watching the video that Helena sent him, and he was studying the video, trying to figure out this riddle. Um, so Anna and Duke come in and say hello to him. He doesn't even speak. So Laura comes in and, he's talking to her and she tells him that he looks pale and, trying to see what's wrong with him or whatever. Then they start talking about Lulu and stuff, and he congratulates her on her marriage to Scott. And of course, Lucy Coe comes up and interferes, trying to rush Luke off. Trying to rush Laura off so they could talk about deception. Luke gets a phone call from Tracy, who went to go see Ellie about the poison, and Ellie told Tracy she already got the poison. She already know what the poison is, but she can't tell Tracy what that is because she's not Luke. You know what I mean? So Tracy gets she calls Luke and tells him to get to the hospital if he wants to know what the poison is. So he rushes off, and Lucy Coe is talking to Laura about why she was talking to Luke or saying hello to Luke. I'm like, first of all, Lucy, that's none of your business. First of all, Luke is Laura's ex-husband. She can talk to whoever she want. Lucy needs to mind her business. They got kids together. They got grandkids together. So why would they not talk? What's she gonna do? Just walk in and ignore them? So they start talking about Deception Cosmetics or whatever, and Laura starts to tell Lucy that she got different visions for the company, and tells her that not only does beauty come from within, but wellness comes from within too. So they want to do a different approach with the company, and Lucy agreed. So it looks like Deception Cosmetics is back on the table. Anyway, Mac went to go see Maxie or whatever about the wedding plans. Felicia was running late, and Maxie was getting a little snappy or whatever with Mac. So Mac leaves. Anna and Duke are at the Metro Court having breakfast or whatever, or lunch, whatever the time of the day is there. And she tells him that they're there because it's more business and pleasure, because she's trying to figure out who else could have shot at Franco and shot Olivia. So she's trying to figure that out. Then she start asking him questions about ELQ, and he tells her about, his meeting with Ava Jerome. So she wonders, could Ava be a part of the Jerome crime family? But he tells her that he's not, trying to get back into the crime life, because he knows what he's risking if he does. So Felicia and Matt come in there or whatever. Felicia, her squeaky ass voice. She sound like a fucked up ass dolphin when she talks. I swear she do. But anyway, she comes in there. They come in there and talk or whatever. Mac and Duke are at the bar talking, and Mac asks him to be his best man because, for the past couple months, Duke has really been there for him, telling him to pursue Felicia and, when Frisco was in town. So he says that it's befitting that Duke be his best man. I agree. And Felicia, she asks Anna to be her matron of honor, her maid of honor. And, Anna asked her, well, what about Maxie or whatever? And Felicia said that she talked to Maxie about it and Maxie was completely okay with it. So, Anna agrees, and then they all come together for a toast. And, Felicia asks Duke and Anna, when are they tying the knot? I'm like, okay, bitch, they already tied the knot. What you talking about? As far as I'm concerned, Anna and Duke are still legally husband and wife. And I think, I don't think they're really thinking about marriage right now. Personally speaking, I don't think they are. But anyway, Luke stumbles in there and asks Anna for her help. So anyway, Luke and Tracy are at the lab talking with Ellie Trout about, she's giving them the rundown about this poison, telling them the effects of it and, where it came from and how to treat it. But she tells him that the antidote that they have for treating it is a 50-50 chance. Like, it might not work. So Luke tells her he doesn't want to do the treatment. He'll find another way to do it. And Tracy was pissed. She was like, this is the only way. But Luke is reminding her that Helena Cassadine told them that the antidote is not at GH. So he has to find the actual antidote that's going to cure him. And Tracy. So anyway, Patrick and Sabrina are in bed together after having their little sexcapade. And she tells him, they got to get up because it's a big day. Today's the day that they find out the paternity of Britt's baby, whether or not Patrick is the father. So why do I get the feeling that she is pushing him for this paternity test? Like, she's more concerned about this than Patrick is, because Patrick never even thought about a paternity test until Sabrina mentioned it. Like, she seems like she wants this more than Patrick do. And I know some people saying that it's none of Sabrina's business or whatever like that, but technically it is her business because she's dating this guy. This new baby is gonna affect her life too because she's in a relationship with him. So this affects her too. So she got a right to know. She might not be his wife or nothing like that, but she got a right to know because she's in a relationship with him. Anyway. So Britt or whatever comes into the living room while Felix is just now waking up, and she was wondering where Sabrina was, and he tells her that Sabrina never came home the night before. She might have spent all night and all morning with Patrick, and you can see the look on Britt's face. She was pissed, and Felix was just rubbing it in. I love Felix. I love the character of Felix because he's funny as fuck. And he was just rubbing it in her face. So she playing it off, talking about she don't care because she already slept with him. So she was like, Sabrina could keep sleeping with him or whatever. And I know that bitch is just mad. Because if that was true, why even try to get him back if you don't care? Of course you care. So Felix let it slip about the DNA test. So now Britt figured out that they're running a DNA test behind her back. So she tries to wheel on down to the lab and Felix is trying to block her. And she said, move, bitch, get out of my way. I wanted to fall on the floor. I'm actually starting to like Britt because she is so good at playing bad. And I love that. Like, she's actually an interesting character. I didn't really feel bored with Britt today. I honestly didn't. Do I think she could be a long-term character on the show? Not really. Unless they redeem her somehow, but I don't really see her sticking around too much longer. She's like a Lisa Niles type character. So he tells her there's no way she gonna get a cab to get her in that wheelchair in there. So she leaves and he immediately calls Sabrina to let her know what's going on. To let her know to hurry up and get down to the lab before Britt could switch those tests. Anyway, so Britt gets down to the lab and she stops Ellie and call her fish girl because her last name is Trout. Ah, that's too funny. Anyway, she tells her to stop that DNA test or whatever. And Patrick comes out with Sabrina, tells her that it's too late. They already got the results and they're about to watch. They're about to see what the tests say. Anyway, Dante and Lulu are at the Hornet Star. Lulu tells her that they can't afford this. Lulu tells Dante that they can't afford it. And she tells him they can't afford this baby. I'm thinking in my head like, duh, bitch. I've been saying this for the last couple months. I can't afford this baby. Here's why I've been saying that. Last summer, they couldn't even afford an air conditioner. They had to use a radio fan. They couldn't even afford air conditioning. So I'm like, how you think you're going to afford a baby? I don't understand this. How the fuck are Lulu and Dante so broke? Like, she owns her own business and he's a police detective. Surely, I know that they don't make a whole lot of money, but surely they stashed away a couple thousand in a savings account or something. So Lulu's worried about how they gonna pay for onesies and pacifiers and bottles and, you know, toys for the baby and all the stuff that the baby need. How they gonna pay for it? And Dante tells her between his family and her family, the baby's gonna have everything that they need at the baby shower and stuff like that, which I agree with. So then she tells him they need to find a bigger place. I agree, they do. Because I've been saying that since before they even started trying to have this baby. Y'all need a bigger fucking apartment. I mean, they don't need to buy a house, but you do need space for the nursery and stuff. And Dante sitting there talking about, oh, the baby don't care about no nursery. Dante, shut the hell up. You sound stupid. All babies need a nursery, you idiot. How you gonna raise a baby in that little ass apartment? Y'all don't even got a bedroom. Y'all bedroom is pretty much close to the couch, close to the living room, and how y'all gonna raise a baby in that small ass spot? Like I said, they don't need to buy no house. All they need is a bigger apartment. That's all they need, and they straight. But Dante just want to be cheap. So, Lulu and Dante or whatever, I just feel so bored with their relationship because I'm like, there's no angst, there's no drama, there's no nothing with them. They talk about the same shit, and the only drama that they ever have is family drama or whatever like that, whether it revolves around Sonny or Luke. They never have drama as a married couple, and that's what irritates the hell out of me. How y'all got a perfect marriage for 2 years? They've been married now for almost 2 years. Sonny and Brenda had marital problems even before they said I do. They had marital problems on their wedding day. Their marriage only lasted 5 months, and they're a super couple. Like, come on, they're a super couple when they had marital problems in the 5 months that they were married. Dante and Lulu are not even a super couple, and they have no marital problems. They never filed for divorce, separation, moved out, none of that. Look at Carly and Jax. They were married for 6 years. And out of those 6 years, they filed for divorce like 5 times. And they just now finalizing the divorce. And I actually like that couple. So it irritates me. Anyway, Maxie is at her apartment talking to Spinelli. And he tells her that she's grown attached to the baby or whatever. And she tells him she did grow attached to the baby. So they just talking about the baby and whatever like that. And Maxie... Oh, before I get into the rest of this, I forgot something. Lulu and Dante were talking about how she was a little upset because she couldn't carry her own child. Here's my thing. There's a bright side to this. At least Lulu don't got to walk around with swollen ass ankles, a big ass stomach with stretch marks. At least you ain't got to worry about that. That's the bright side, and you ain't got to push out no 18-wheeler out of your hoo-ha. I'm just saying. Anyway, back to Maxie. I am getting so sick of Maxie. She has no right to keep this child away from Spinelli and not tell him that this baby is really his. Like, freaking tell him. He's the father of this baby. He got every right to know. So she was about to tell him something, and then they get a knock at the door. It's Dante and Lulu taking her to her doctor's appointment. And they barely even acknowledged Spinelli. I'm like, damn, I thought Lulu and Spinelli was kind of close. She barely said a word. So they leave and Spinelli just sitting there holding a coffee mug. I'm like, I feel so bad for Spinelli. But here's my problem. Even if Maxie wanted to keep that baby, how the fuck she gonna afford that baby? She just as broke as Dante and Lulu are. Probably broke her. But anyway, today's episode was pretty good. It was a good balance. And I hope all of you have a great day. I'm about to turn my AC back on because it's scorching. I will see all of y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.